Hello my friends and welcome at my YouTube channel. This is Marta here and I am back to you with another video tutorial. Now this is a second part for the video I've just released where I show you all these beautiful things I received from the lovely lady who was so kind to me to bring me those 2 bags with goodies. So now I choose couple beds and of course I had to use this brown paper with the flowers. I just love it so much. From the very first second I just saw it. On top of that, I don't know actually the name of that 12 by 12 paper, so if anyone knows it, please leave me a comment below so I could find the company. On top of that, I'm using another smaller piece of a paper. This comes from a K & Company pad and it's called Life is a Journey. I really like that one as well. So I've decided to make a card for the lady using all those like precious, things which I really love. So I trimmed the papers down using my guillotine, making sure everything is straight. And now I will show you a little trick. What am I doing to actually make sure once I glue the paper it will be a right length. So I'm taking my card, which is a 8x5 size, and I am putting those 2 bits on the both ends. I add a little bit glue to them, and then what I'm gonna do, I will actually secure it with the painter's tape. So I'm making sure it's actually lying straight as I want it to give me the same white border on each side, and then I am securing it with this this is just a basic cheap painter's tape, but it will make sure the paper will stay in a place I want it. And then I am attaching this third panel because I don't want to trim it the other papers from top, because there is that lovely gold pattern, so I don't want to lose it. So this is why I'm trying to glue things from other way around, so I won't have to trim the paper, but I will make sure everything is exactly as size as I need for this card. So once I glue it, I'm attaching a little bit extra glue, so making sure everything is glued right. And then I will be using this metallic ribbon. It's from the company called Caban, and at first I was thinking to use the brown and red color combination, but because I didn't have any stickers like in red color, I just thought, no, you know what, I'm just gonna risk and I use some purple color, and we'll see how we go on. I'm also planning to use some gold paper to cut some of my elements. However, these purple strips, they have a silver Merry Christmas saying on them, but to actually bond these 2 together, I will add a little bit of the silver embossing powder, so that way I will combine this Merry Christmas saying with the card, because the rest will be actually a gold. And for a long time I was either like using gold or silver, but now more and more often I'm actually trying to combine both, because the adhesive on those peel-off strips, it's not very strong. I've decided to use extra strips of the double-sided tape. So this is what you're seeing me doing now. I'm just attaching those strips, and once I have them in place, I will trim everything with the scissors. Now I attach my panel to the card and I will be working on the die cut pieces. This die is actually part of the Spellbinders Blooming collection, and I want to add a little bit extra interest to this white piece in the center of the die. So I've decided to add some silver embossing powder and stamp it using one of the Festive Flourishes stamp, which was a free gift in Card Making and Papercraft magazine. So I'm using my stamping tool, and I will stamp the image using some embossing ink and silver embossing powder, and that way I will combine the silver with silver Christmas Merry Christmas saying on the purple ribbon I was mentioning you about before. So I'm sprinkling the embossing powder, and once I have it on, I will use my heating tool to melt the embossing powder. And once I have it done, I will add a little bit of the distress ink to the edges of this white panel, just to help it blend with the vintage style looking pattern paper I use for this card. I also want to say a very important thing to me, which I don't think I said it on my previous part in the video. For very long time I was always thinking of not having enough. I had this feeling that I needed more and more and more, and this changed. Like I've started to feel more grateful since I've become a mom. I am more and more time spending looking at all those blessings I am surrounded with, and I am feeling more and more grateful for everything I have. And recently, for those of you who watch my videos, you know that we've been packing some boxes to Poland, and I was packing some part of my craft room, and that was the time when I noticed, oh my gosh, I really have plenty of beautiful dies and stamps and things which I never used, and I feel like I'm having enough. So that was the time when I made this decision, when I won't be buying anything for the rest of the year, and I will play with everything what I have. And the very second when I thought that, oh, I'm living in abundance and I am grateful for everything I have, those beautiful things starting to attract to me. I mean, when I feel I'm having really a lot, then you can see I've received even more. So I strongly encourage everyone to look around you, to see all those blessings you have in your life, and once you start appreciating them more and more, you will be attracting more good things to your life as well. And now I will be attaching my ornaments, and from this place I want to say a huge thank you to my dear friend Mary, who messaged me last night after watching my first video. She actually was the person who told me what was the name of those ornaments, so I could check the names for the dies I have. So the bell is coming from the lattice ornament from Spellbinders, and the bubbles are mix and match ornament also from Spellbinder. Thank you so much, Mary, for helping me, so that way I could write down the name of the dies, because everything I received from the lady, it didn't have any tags or names of the products, so I'm trying to establish what is what. Now I'm also using a little bit of the sparkly purple ribbon, which I received from the very same lady. This is my goal for the card, to actually use as many materials from her, so she knows that I really appreciate everything. And because the ribbon was a little bit crinkled, I'm using this little hair straightener to actually help me to iron the ribbon quickly, so it will be looking nice. And then I will add a little bow to match my purple strips. And now I am gluing those die cut pieces together, and I'm making sure that each time I am slightly curving this top layer, so that will add an extra dimension to my ornaments. I also attach a little bit of a silver string to my bubbles, and now I am gluing all the elements together, making sure everything is attached properly. I am using my hot glue gun and a little bit of a foam tape for additional dimension. I attached this purple ribbon with a little gold pearl in the center, and I'm also adding an extra purple gem to one of the bubbles. And finally, I've decided to add a little bit greenery. This is a holly leaf die, and I used the same glitter paper, which I also used to back in one of my bubbles. This is the end of my video, so from this place I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who've been here for me, for all your lovely comments and for your support. I'm so grateful to have you here in my channel. Thank you so much. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I hope you will also have some good things happen to you. So thank you once again. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day, Marta.